Let's try it. I've clicked go live twice now. So I've got two different monitors. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Hey, Badshah. Hopefully you can hear me. And this, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. These streams aren't known for their technical prowess anyway, I don't think so. Okay, a couple more people are joining. That's good. Right, I haven't completely screwed it up. Okay, can you see me? Can you hear me? Is everything good? How you doing? How is your Friday going? Oh, that's very kind of you. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but to you as well. Kai, hey, good to see you, man. How you doing? I feel like it's been forever. How's everything going with the dentistry? All good? Everything is good. Yes, amazing. What's up, bro? Oh, not much. Just busy. Just really, really busy. Like it feels like we haven't done a stream in forever, and I've really missed these. It's just literally like one project after another. You get one done, then it's like another one, and another one. Hey, Dan, a quick hi. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Yeah, it just feels like one project after another. It's just like, like I need more time. Whew. Oh, hello, Neil. It's kind of you to drop in as well. Yes, very good day. It's just busy. I just need more time. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to hire an editor soon. Just to kind of help me with stuff because there's just so much stuff that I need to do. And yeah, I'm definitely at that point now where it's like I need some assistance with some of it. I can't do everything anymore. It just gets ridiculous. Where's the kid? I've tactically hidden the kid out of the shot. He is here, but he's over there.
Hello.
Kid, yeah. I was gonna say something, kid, just to let mummy know you're still alive. He is there.
I'm alive.
Still plenty of teeth to fix. Excellent. You want to grab a coffee? Yeah. I've gone through all my coffee today. I'm on this rubbish here. Oh, I know it's not the healthiest drink, but
Yeah.
it's a little pick me up at the end of Friday. Moosh, hello. Oh, right. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'll post a picture of it, but you can't see what I'm looking at. But I've got a second monitor here with the chat just massive. So you guys are on this vertical monitor now, which is just huge, which is great because now I can just read comments a lot easier and actually like, you know, it feels a bit more kind of natural just talking to you guys rather than me looking down here and reading the chat that way. So Poppy said it was a bit weird before, and I was like, yeah, I can kind of see that as well. So plus, even with glasses, my eyesight ain't what it used to be. So now I've just got you guys massive over there on a big vertical monitor, which is lovely. Let's chill, my man Dansky. Indeed, we're going to just kind of chill and hang out. If anyone has any requests, I guess treat me like a jukebox today. So if you want me to demo something, yeah, we can do that. Photoshop, Illustrator, anything, just shout it out. And eye contact, yeah, eye contact. And yeah, we'll just chill, hang out, and then hopefully very soon get back to the old regular schedule of design review and all that stuff because I missed that. That was a lot of fun, and it feels like forever. Today I'm ready to throw my computer out a window, so this is a pick me up. Oh no. Is that because the computer's not working, or like is the software not working? Because yeah, I get those days as well. Okay, Punit, how you doing, man? Yes, new setup. It's the reason it's been so mental lately is because I unexpectedly moved out of my old studio. I've still got to finish up there, and it kind of happened very quickly. And I'm now in just this one, rather than having like a two-bed. It was a two-bed bungalow, and I was only ever using like a small space, and it was obviously costing a lot of money to rent the whole property. And it was like, you know, why am I paying this amount of money for that? So what I've got is I've just got this one room space now, and it's just kind of it's all I need really. I don't need a lot of space. So yeah, I just kind of unexpectedly booked a viewing, viewed this place, and was like, yep. Because I worked here before. This is where I first started YouTubing properly. It was the first. It was another office in this building, actually. You might remember it if any of you have been around since the beginning. Do you remember the blue wall with the shelves on? That's like my old office upstairs. And I don't need a lot of space. I just need like a space where I can record and stream, and I need the background to look good, maybe a fridge in the corner, and I'm set. So it doesn't take a lot. What's up with the whack Punisher shirt? It's giving conservative. I don't know what that means. Conservative. Moosh, it's my work computer. It keeps freezing, and Illustrator doesn't want to work properly. It's being pretty rude. Lol. It's giving conservative. What does that mean, Dean? I don't know what that means. It's just a Punisher tee. It's a black t-shirt with a skull on it. It's not much more than that, mate. Yeah, so I just came back to this studio. It's pretty nice now. It's all set up, but it's just been like the last 2 weeks of trying to rapidly set up a studio. Obviously, like while I'm doing that and I'm moving everything out, you can't work and get on with projects and record and stuff. So yeah, it's been like playing catch up with everything. But when are we collabing though? I mean, I would definitely be up for collaborating, but it's just I just feel so busy all the time. So this is why I'm looking forward to working with an editor, because it's just going to free me up to do more stuff. I can spend literally hours and days editing, and I'm at the point now where I shouldn't be doing that. I should be focusing on the teaching and the actual content itself, and working with someone who can just help me edit the videos in parallel with me. That makes sense. So yeah, I don't really do much collaborations with other creators. It's not because I don't want to. It's just I'm just so busy with things all the time. It's like, ugh, I just don't have enough time. Oh, hang on, I've got two mice on the desk here. Scroll the chat with this one. Dansky's one of my faves. Oh, thank you, Ronok. That's very kind of you. Which is the best sans serif font to use for social media creatives design? Oof, that is a question. Which is the best font? I mean, I guess it depends what you're designing for. Yeah, it depends entirely what you're designing for. How to get Illustrator for free? Well, I couldn't possibly explain that to you. That's probably a breach of someone's or many people's terms of service. Can you make a video about marketing for graphic designers? I'm afraid not. I'm terrible at marketing. Well, it is a disappointment, isn't it? I know. I try to. It's my 8-year-old calling me a disappointment. Yes.
I'm savage.
You are savage. Brutal.
What? No, I didn't actually mean it.
Oh, thank you, Punet. I appreciate that. Yeah, It's just chaos. An editor will definitely help, I'm sure. There really is never enough time in a day. No, and I know I could use my time better as well. Like let's be real here. Like it's not like I'm getting up at 6 a.m. every morning, and I know that creates more time. But even when I have got up super early, I do just spend too long editing. I'm not an editor. Like it's not what I do and what I've done my whole career. So I know I'm slow. Like I know a proper editor will do a better job than me and they'll do it faster. So it kind of just makes sense. Go for Jack Sparrow Illustrator version. Could you please tell the top 5 of your favorite sans serif fonts? Okay, well, off the top of my head, fonts that I love are Satoshi. Love that. Very like geometric. I really like Korolev. Yeah, that's and because it's got quite a lot of different weights. It's got Korolev like compressed and condensed, bunch of different weights, and the condensed weights are good if you want to like if you're designing thumbnails, for example, and you've got a lot of words, you want to get into a small space, you can kind of use the condensed version to get more in. Satoshi, Korolev, well, they're the only two that come to mind. There are a few more, but I can't think right now. I've got way too many fonts.
What a double disappointment.
Total disappointment. What are your views on people shifting from graphics to product? I've seen this wave recently. I've got no idea, Punet. At the moment, I'm just like head down, trying to focus on. I guess you could say focus on things that are in my very immediate peripheral vision. I'm sure there's loads of things happening in the wider space that I haven't been able to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening there. I've got too much going on with moving everything at the minute. So to be honest, you could probably tell me about that shift from graphic to product. To be honest, what are your thoughts on Astute Graphics plugins for Adobe Illustrator? Necessary, nice to have, not needed, or redundant? Jeffrey, I haven't used them personally, but yeah, so I've got no idea. No idea. I'm sure they're very useful, but I mean, it's just like anything. It's another subscription. I don't mind paying for, like, oh, it just feels like there's some really good plugins that I would use and I would pay money for them, but it just feels like everything is a subscription these days, and it's just a little bit annoying, to be completely honest. So there's some plugins that I've got for various apps that are like a one-off purchase, and I'll pay for that. But when every single plugin is a subscription, it's just like, do you know what I mean? It gets a bit exhausting. Like I'm fatigued with everything being a subscription. How do you get 1 million subscribers? Being bad at marketing. Teach us your ways. I mean, that's a very good question. Um, I think the okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I've got to a point. Um, so I care. I genuinely care about teaching more than anything. So I'm not here to just kind of make loads of money off people. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to be successful as a person, but I'm not just gonna. My motive has always been to just make great content for people and just teach and enjoy what I do. That's always been my motive. It was 10 years ago when I started, and it is now. So I guess I enjoy what I do, and I don't know, maybe that comes through in my videos. You can kind of um, feel that maybe. Uh, I've always been obsessed with learning and developing. Like, so I'm always trying to kind of get better audio, better lighting. I'm trying to get better at presenting on camera. Um, I'm always trying to level up. So I'm kind of looking at people who I think have the best setup, some of the biggest channels. I'm looking at what they're doing and going, okay, how do I integrate that into my content? How do I get my setup looking better? As you can see here, we're looking a bit better than before. Hopefully the audio is sounding good. So I'm constantly trying to evolve myself as a creator and a teacher, and just look at what other teachers of Adobe software are doing and what they're not doing, and trying to kind of keep evolving what I do. And I think when you do that, you will inevitably become better, and you will inevitably stand out if you keep trying to make what you do better and better. I'd love to see you do a fun riff on Banksy in Dansky style. Yeah, so the whole Dansky thing was just a riff on my name and Banksy. Like, I've always liked kind of Banksy's work. And it was like Dan, Banksy, Dansky. There we go. Nice and easy. It's been busy times. Indeed. Are you doing content any recently? What else is on the plate? All the stuff to do with moving. A lot of it is just emails, contracts, just organizing things, thumbnails, planning, scripting, recording, editing. I've run out of fingers now. What else do I do? Researching, learning. So I've got to keep learning and stay ahead of things with kind of what I do with the software and everything. Finding time to actually design for me and like create stuff and be inspired, so I don't like end up like stale bread. Yeah, just loads of things. Is a graphics tablet really important for Illustrator? No, not really. I'd say, at least for me personally, it's more useful for Photoshop. If you want to be an illustrator and that's what you want to do, yeah, you're probably going to want to invest in something like that, because it just feels more natural. Like, it's much more closer to drawing. And it feels nice holding a stylus. But my background has always been more graphic design, you know, posters, flyers, logos, business cards, blah, blah, blah. So I've always felt very comfortable using a mouse with that. Mr. Who's the Boss made a video on how companies and sellers are sucking our money by subscription basis. Yeah, it's one of those things. There's some things that I think are there's good subscriptions, and then there's subscriptions just because it provides recurring revenue, and that's the only reason. And I know it's a weird one. It's a weird one, you know. It's difficult. Like, I've thought about doing some subscription based content, but it wouldn't just be subscription for the sake of it. It would be, you know, making like fresh content regularly. That so it kind of it makes sense, really. You know, the money from the subscription supports the creation of new content. So there's a lot of grey in it. But it just, as a person, as a, I guess, a customer or a consumer, it just feels like everything is a subscription now. And it's like, no. Some things can just be a one-off purchase, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just grumpy. Maybe I'm just grumpy. Hey man, following you since 2014. No way, Sazu. 2014, that was the year of inception. I was going to say conception then, but that was the year of inception, that was. Yeah, wow. Wow. 10 years. So I want to be like you. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Samadol. I appreciate that. Also, just random side question. How is this? How Poppy? I'm asking really because she's the one who's got all the opinions here. How is this? This feels very nice having the chat in front of me. I can talk to you guys, and the camera's just off to the side. How does this look? A bit more natural, Poppy, than me kind of talking like this. How is it? I just want you to know you're one of the few designers I followed in college before I started content. It's just a pleasure being connected with someone I looked up to growing up. Thank you so much, Pinna. I appreciate that. That means more than you know, sir. Yeah, it's so funny. When I think back to 2014, I think back then, like Will Patterson and Roberto Blake, they were people that I followed probably, I'd say, kind of first for the sort of creative content. And they were like, they would have been under 100k subs back then. Like they were like pretty early on. And it was like, oh yeah, let's have a go at video. We've never done that before. And it just kind of started by messing around, really. Being a dad and a fantastic partner too. You talking about me, Poppy, or is that someone else? Oh no, the laptop's running on battery power. Hang on, we're going to run out of power.
Dun, dun,
We need emergency. Oh no, where's the charger? Hang on, I'm still here. We've got a crisis. Hang on.
Emergency!
We've got to plug in the thing. Stay with me, guys. Oh no, it doesn't reach. It's about 10 centimeters short. Come on. Oh no, go gadget cable. There we go. All right. Okay, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, China.
Okay, right. It just popped up on screen like, yeah, we're gonna run out of power in a minute. We're gonna shut this down. Okay, is the camera frozen? Is the camera frozen? No!
Failed.
Oh, I have failed. Hang on. Let's unplug it. We'll replug it. It's alright, we can fix this. We can fix it. There we go. Okay, we back. I mean, it wouldn't be a Dansky stream without some technical drama, really, would it? Let's be real. Figma or Adobe XD? I mean, I love Adobe XD, but I think Figma now is kind of taking the lead, and I think Adobe XD is being discontinued, if that's still the case. So, unfortunately, you know, I'd probably go with Figma. It's a good product. It's just a shame XD's being discontinued. I was hoping that they would revive it after the whole sort of merger didn't quite happen, but I don't know. Hey, Raquel! Hola! It's lovely. You are lovely. Bloody fantastic. Great background, great sound, great face. Oh, thank you, Poppy. That's very kind. What do you want? Are you trying to get me to cook dinner? She wants me to cook dinner. That's why she's being nice to me.
Little devil.
Yeah, you little devil, Poppy. It's good to see you while you're talking, Dan. Oh, thank you.
No, Daddy, I'm talking to you. You're the devil.
I'm not the devil.
Yeah, you are.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Be quiet, child.
No.
It's good to see you while you're talking, Dan. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, hopefully it's, I mean, we haven't actually done any design yet. So, if anyone does want me to demo anything or design something, just, hey, we can do that too. But I feel like it's kind of nice as well because, well, one, it's comfortable for me standing up, but also, yeah, we can just kind of talk like this, and then it's much easier for me. It's easy for me to just kind of hop in and go, if I switch to the main screen, and then I can just kind of start designing like this. Oh, I'm not even in the circle. We'll have to fix that. And then just hop back to the main camera like this. So Yeah, we're getting there. The technical side of things are catching up with the rest of the world. Finally able to get you live. I always seem to miss it by a minute. Yeah, we will get back to like a regular something, a regular scheduled bloody blah. I can't even speak anymore. It's been a long week. We'll get back to that. Moosh says that was exciting. What, the power nearly running out? Yeah, what I have to do is I'll have to like artificially plan in drama. So we'll be designing something, and then like the light can fail or something, the power's going to run out, and I'll just run around like a lunatic trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Would you like that? Memo says, I'm trying to create a visual identity for myself. I'm a 3D artist and your content has helped me a lot. Thanks. Oh, awesome. Hey, you're very welcome. Your videos are very beautiful and you can explain them beautifully. Oh, thank you.
Who said that?
Samadal. You'll cook dinner anyway. Yeah, I am. I am cooking dinner. Dinner? Good lord. Look, it's Friday. My ability to speak is compromised. Okay. I mean, the stream is free. At least you're not paying for the stream. That would be a disappointment. Are your kids creative? I don't know. Leo, are you creative? Silence. Yeah, no, they are very creative, both of them. Leo plays piano.
Be quiet, little devil.
Wait. Leo plays piano, and he likes. He's learning Adobe Illustrator at the minute. Hasn't enrolled in the Masterclass yet. Bit disappointed by that, but you know, still teaching him for free. I know. I'll invoice him when he gets to 18. I'll invoice him when he leaves for all my design tuition. What? Oh, nothing. Love you, son. Dee dee. Hey, what monitor do you use? I use a few different monitors. I mean, I got to be honest. Like, I used to have a Dell. I bought quite a few years ago, and ever since then, I've been collaborating with BenQ because they keep making nice, shiny monitors, and then they want to send them to me, and so it's just like, okay, great. So all the monitors I've had in like, it's got to be the last 5 years now, have very kindly been sent to me by BenQ. Yeah, I mean, you can't see them. The two in front of me, BenQ. The one over there, BenQ. I mean, they're great monitors, and usually we've collaborated in the past on like different bits of content. So the monitors that I'm using and I have been using for years now, they're all BenQ monitors. And this one over here is very similar to one that I'm using here in front of me, which is a new one. Design-wise, they're lush. They are beautiful. They kind of capture the sort of the MacBook Pro aesthetic. They've got the whole kind of space gray thing going on. Just really minimal. I just love them. I absolutely love them. And it kind of matches the Mac as well. So, you know, design-wise, it's like all the boxes are ticked. That sounds like a fun drama show. All right, Moosh, we'll try and get some drama into to our regular streams. We should just like call out other YouTubers, just make up some drama and call them out. Be like, hey, Will Patterson, yeah, you, I'm calling you out for something. We'll figure something out. Get some design beef on the go. Deadman says, have you tried Affinity Designer? What is your opinion about it? So I have used Affinity Designer, but I've not used it long enough to formulate an opinion, to be totally honest with you. Just because, as you can probably imagine, I'm just very invested in Adobe's ecosystem. You know, Photoshop, Illustrator, rest in peace XD, but Premiere Pro, InDesign, After Effects, Dimension, Media Encoder, Bridge. As you can probably tell, you know, it's just my whole audience, you know, has come to know me for using Adobe products. So I could sit there and I could learn Affinity, but it doesn't make sense for me to do that. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for helping us grow as designers with you. Hey, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure. Scott says, hey, watched your latest video. Thanks for the tips. I struggle a lot with logo design and I'm always looking for tips to help me find a process. Oh, you're welcome, Scott. If you come in Bangladesh, I'll be happy because you're my teacher. I will always follow you. Oh, thank you, Rakib. I can't say I've ever been to Bangladesh. I've never really been to many places in the sort of more eastern part of the world. I had to step out for a bit. Don't know what I missed, but if you're taking suggestions on things to demo, I'd love to see you create some good mock-ups, especially with things like t-shirts, hats, etc. Well, you missed the nearly ring out of power drama, Kai. We had some proper drama a minute ago. But, whew, that's over now. I'd love to see you create some good mock-ups, especially with things like shirts and hats. Okay, so what I could do is I could prep that for another stream, and I would probably... You can do mock-ups in Illustrator, but personally, there's just more flexibility in Photoshop. That's kind of what I use. I can prep that for another stream and just kind of grab some images and bits and bobs. Because they're the kind of things that you'll probably see in design review as well. Like there's a lot of people who submit these like beautifully designed brand guideline documents, and they've got all these really good mock-ups. Dilshan is one that comes to mind. You might have seen his work. Max Art, he's called in the chat. You might have seen his work in some of the streams, and he just does these like amazing brand guidelines or style guides, all this kind of stuff with these very specific mock-ups. I think he did one for gardening tools once and had like the logo embossed on all the tools, and it was just very very detailed. Hi Dan, happy to see you live again. Been watching you since Leo was a baby. Nice to hear about his progress years after. Ah, thank you, Razvan. He's in some old live streams, actually. I don't know if they're even still up on my channel, but you can go back and watch the old live streams. And there was one in the first office that I had upstairs, and you can hear him in the back of the stream crying. And you must have been about 2 or 3 then. Well, he's now 8 now, and he's significantly larger, and he beats me up and kicks me. Although I made the mistake of kicking me in the shin yesterday, and because I do Muay Thai as well, I checked the kick, and he kicked me straight on the shin. You didn't like that, did you? It was hilarious. It was very funny. It was funny.
No.
Moosh says, I hear Will uses Comic Sans. Dun, dun, dun. I need to come into the office for a stream soon, and I can create some drama. Yeah, maybe Mummy can stay at home. Hey, Andrea! Good to see you. I'm sure there's something I can knock over. Well, there's no sound panels for you to crash into like you did before. Like, these ones are properly... These are like small... These things here, they're sound panels, and they're nice and lean now. They're not big chunky ones that you can bash into. Yes, Poppy, you should make an appearance. Moosh, why do I feel like you just want drama? Don't you two be cooking something up? Moosh be like, Poppy, just go into the studio and cause chaos.
So I'll do it with it.
No, you won't, because I'll just throw you out the window.
Oh god, no kidding. Change plan.
I'll be good. I've started learning DaVinci, but this AI thing in Premiere has bothered me so much. What should I do? Any suggestions, please? It's a difficult one. It's because like I was saying, I use Photoshop in Illustrator and I use After Effects as well. So Premiere just kind of slots in there quite nicely. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult, and I imagine if you're like me and you use those other apps, it makes branching out of that ecosystem even harder. even if you want to or you've got a good reason to. Same with phones. Like, I'm very invested, as you can probably imagine, in the Apple ecosystem. You know, the phones, the laptops, blah, blah, blah. It all just kind of connects and works. So for me to go like and you start using an Android would just be so alien to me right now. Hello from France. Hello, Seb. Bangladesh is a South Asian country beside India. Okay, I'll have to remember that. My geography is slightly questionable. Hello, I'd like to ask, my Adobe Photoshop app is very high RAM. How do I solve the problem? I managed scratch disk size in preferences but did not work. Is that on Mac or Windows? Because when you start running out of hard drive space, then you will get the scratch disk error pop up. Just speaking from experience, because I'm always running out of hard drive space. Kai says, that'd be great. I love me some bits and bobs. And yes, some of those mock-ups you've had on the design review streams have been excellent. I'd love to learn. Okay, we can do that. I'll find a way, Dan. I'll find a way. I know, I remember them. Thanks again for everything I learned from you on YouTube, Envato and Udemy. Hope to get the masterclass soon too. Oh, amazing, Razvan. I should probably mention the masterclass while we're here. Hang on, let me press the bell thing. So, right, hang on. Where am I going? Sorry, I've confused myself now. I've got so many screens. What do I do? Okay, right. Let's all calm down. So for anyone who doesn't know, I've got a full course for Adobe Illustrator. So if you are interested in learning Illustrator, exactly, Poppy segue, then Biden. That was a little bit of a Biden moment, wasn't it? Oh, okay. All these screens. Oh, technology. Oh, I feel so old all of a sudden. That's funny. What was I saying? Yes, Masterclass. So I've got my full Adobe Illustrator Masterclass. And it teaches you everything I know about Adobe Illustrator. So if you've never used it before and you just want to learn Illustrator from someone who knows what they're doing, you know, I besides all of this happening, like, I do understand what I'm doing with Illustrator, and I've got the full course. You're just laughing at me now, aren't you? And it will teach you everything that I know in about 6 to 7 hours. So, you know, that is the full course. And at the moment, there's a spring offer for 22% off, which ends on the 30th of April. When I first posted that, I actually posted that it ends on the 31st of April, and had to be pointed out to me that there is no 31st of April. So despite me being completely incompetent as far as the calendar year goes, this course is excellent. Just trust me. So this is the link to the full course. So if you want to check it out, up until the 30th of April, there's 22% off the full price. And if you sign up to my mailing list, you also get the usual 15% off as well. So double discount.
Double discount.
That's probably the worst segue I've ever done, I think. I don't know. What's the verdict? The segue is where you deviate from one thing and you focus on another. Don't ask what deviate means.
What is deviate?
Segue is... How do you define segue? Right, hang on. Let's get a Google definition. Segue definition. A motorized personal vehicle. No, that's not the one. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you when you're older. Yes, I do use other Adobe software, but I've heard a lot about DaVinci, so I got myself enrolled in a course. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I think they're both good. I think they're, you know, I think DaVinci and Premiere Pro, they're both great, but it just depends what one works better for you. Sometimes it helps to uninstall and reinstall. I had to do that with Illustrator the other day. Oh no. Right, let's design something. Let's try and design something. Who wants a logo?
Me.
No, be quiet. Let's just see what people shout out. We'll whip something up. I can't promise it'll be good. We are slightly limited on time here, but we do have power now, so we're not going to run out of power. Raquel, you got it. Go for it. Would you like your name or something else? Maybe you have a cat you'd like to brand. I don't know. Making Leo a logo could be cool, though. It could be cool.
Yes, do in the comments.
Silence, child. My name, Raquel. Raquel. How do you pronounce your last name? Leah. I can't. I'm not. I know that I've seen the A with the squiggle above it. I can't remember how you pronounce it. Leah. Letao? Is it Raquel Letao? Okay. Okie dokie. You have to nasalate. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Letao. Letao. That's close. Yeah, it's not Teo, is it? That's how I would Letao. It's Tao. We'll stick with Raquel. We'll just go with Raquel. Just before I embarrass myself. Oh, okay. Letaum. Letaum. Letaum? Raquel Letaum. How does that sound? Okie dokie. Have I changed the camera? No. Let's go to the screen, Dan. Come on. There we go. Hopefully we're on the screen. I'm not even in the circle. Nope, wrong camera. Goodness me. What is this clown show? What is this stream? That's a good question. I got no idea. Okay, right. Oh, I got to get rid of this. I hate this contextual thing. It just pops up. Right, let's get the names in there. Raquel Letao. So let's spell it correctly. T. And we're going to go and have to. Oh, hang on. Let's copy it from chat. Actually, that's probably the easiest way, isn't it? There we go. Right. May I share the one I did so that you can all give your opinion? Yeah, go for it, Raquel. Portuguese. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, Raquel, if you send it to that, you email it over there, and I will grab it and whip it up. Okay. This is what I like to do. Is like I mean, obviously the logo design process. There's a lot of work and things that you would do beforehand, but obviously we're doing this live on stream. I quite like to just dive into it head first, and so something like this, doing it quickly, I would just type out the words, and it's always fun to me to try and see if things fit together or where they could fit together. This could work quite well, actually. Raquel, your names could actually slot together quite nicely. There's a nice little gap there that the Q can sort of nest itself in. We could stagger it here. We want to try and avoid having all these too much negative space. So if I can kind of slot these together like two beautiful jigsaw pieces, then all the better. That's not too bad. Yeah, we could go with that. That's kind of cool because it nicely lines up the R and the L, which I do like. We could connect them, but that looks a bit weird. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll go with that. And of course, there's loads of ways that you can present this. You know, it doesn't have to be like this at all. You can play around with size. So if you want to kind of nest it differently, we could do something like this and then go for that sort of right alignment on the right hand side. So I would just kind of play around like this. We could do a central one. Just centrally align them, see how that looks. We could even capitalize everything. Go boop. There we go. And centrally align that. So we've got this capitalized version. Why do I do everything so big? Come on down, let's shrink it down. Shrinky dinky, there we go. Much better. Just because you give yourself thousands of pixels of artboard space doesn't mean you need to occupy all of it. Hey, look, a live stream. I know, Mike. Da, 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 da. I know, Mike, I know you've just joined, but we will get back to the regular ones. It's just been absolute chaos the last few weeks, kind of doing all sorts of things. If you're doing RL, could you do cursive and make the down swoop of the R go nicely into the uppercase cursive L loop? Ooh, possibly. Possibly. R and L. We'll put that idea to one side. Yeah, so kind of, obviously not with this particular font, but yeah, connect the R and the L with a cursive font. That could work, yeah. One other thing we can also do is play around with the tracking, which is the spacing between all of the characters as a collective. Kerning is between individual pairs, so you could adjust the kerning between the L and the E or the T and the A. But the tracking will kind of, as you can see, space out all the letters. So something that I like to do that I've done before that does look quite smart, I think, is you might kind of have like here, you can see you've got the Raquel really big, and then you've got the Letaume a lot smaller, but then you can spread it out by increasing the tracking. And that does look quite smart, actually. I mean, we haven't even got to fonts yet. We haven't even got to fonts. We don't see the whole frame. Oh, well, obviously that's because I'm an idiot, isn't it? Hang on a second. Why does the screen do this to me? Look, this honestly, this isn't my fault. I've not touched the screen. You know, like the times when the screen's black, right? I figured that out. That was me. Well, it wasn't, but I fixed it. Now I fixed the screen and I've locked it, and for some reason it's just made it big. Right. There we go. There we go. I'm glad you said that. Thank you. Hello, late to the party, but glad to be here. It's great to have you here, Sarah. Welcome. Hello, Dan. Still not me. Hello. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, Annette. Hey, good to see you again. Okie dokie. Yeah, no, I do like this. We haven't even got to fonts yet. So what I'm going to do now is just pop that one down there. Kai, have you got a nice cursive font in mind? Anything that comes to mind that you think would look pretty good with the R and the L? Don't know if this will work. I love this one though. It's delicious. Gelato Lux. It's got a lot of stylistic alternates as well, which I really like. Stylistic alternates are like alternates of the same character. So you can see here it's got a different L, or it's got a bunch of different R's. So I can kind of click through and find the one that looks best. Yeah, that could swoosh quite nicely together. Or maybe I could link them together. Yeah, I could figure out a way to loop them. Loop-de-loop. Might have to kind of do some custom drawing or something. Yeah, you could connect them together quite nicely. Hey, Saeed. How you doing? Right, Ariel. Fantastic. Yeah, no rush, Raquel. If you want to send it over, I've got my inbox open, so I'll keep an eye out for it. Ooh, this is nice. Astrolight. That's kind of cool. Very signature-esque. Athelos. That sounds like a name. I can't. I do like that actually. Hmm. And you can see it's interesting as well. As I'm kind of cycling through a bunch of different fonts, you can see some of these are immediately not working now. Like this one down here. Obviously, you've got the serif on the bottom of the Q now, which balloons out to the side, so it doesn't really work here with the L anymore. It's taking up too much space and crashing into the letters. So that would be a no-go. This one still looks quite smart. Could mix. There's no reason why we couldn't mix blah, 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 title case and uppercase. So there's no reason why we couldn't scale that up and run that end to end. But we got the problem here. As you can see, that would look great, but it's colliding with the T, which isn't ideal because then it does leave a lot of negative space here. And it's not the end of the world, but it'd be nice if we could close that gap. If you wanted something like this, what we could do, we could grab a line and put a divider in there. So we could line that up with the Q, line that up with the end there. And then what that does is create like quite a nice structure. So you can see like using lines and shapes to create structure is quite a good design device, because sometimes when you've got lots of bits of content that doesn't have any kind of structural shape surrounding it might be paragraphs of text or whatever, logos and things, it can all look a little bit like it's floating and there's a lot of, it's like chaos, there's not, things don't kind of sit very neatly together. And even in this example here, you can see that just to me does not look right. The space, there's just this weird gap either side. And it's like, what's this lined up to? The baseline of this top word or the descender on the Q? And as soon as I introduce some structure, it kind of helps. It's like it builds a relationship between those two words. And suddenly this now looks, I actually quite like that actually. I wasn't expecting that to turn out like that. But and we could go lowercase as well. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, maybe. Oh, this is a useful one as well. I didn't use this for years when I started learning Illustrator. So if I want to, let's say I want to center this text to Raquel. I don't want to move the position of the word Raquel because I've got the dividers. Everything's nicely lined up. So if I want to line this up centrally to Raquel without moving it, I can select them both. And down here from Align, choose Align to Key Object. Now, Illustrator will pick a key object for you and it will highlight it in blue, whether it's a shape or a word, but you can change the key object just by clicking on something else. And this is what we're aligning to. So usually Illustrator will make a good guess and it will choose the key object. So now that's the key object. So if I centrally align this, that word there, Le Taum, that is lining up to Raquel. Whereas if I had kind of done it this way, You see, it will just kind of centrally align them and it will move everything out of place. So that's how you keep one of your kind of key objects in place and move it. It is very handy. Yeah, I didn't use this enough through my entire career because I'm a plum, and it's very good. Oh yeah, Kai, yeah, it will definitely need to be customized. But that's pretty straightforward. Do you have a full course on Adobe Illustrator? Yes! Yes, I do! Don't worry, we're not doing another segue because I have work to do. Um, if anyone's just joined, here's my full course, Adobe Illustrator. I'll teach it all, and I'll be there for you when you get stuck, basically. So you can basically DM me anytime you get stuck, and I'll be there to help you. And it's not just anything, actually. If you have a question about Photoshop and you enroll in the Illustrator course, send it over. Photoshop, anything design related, you just fire those questions over, and I'll be there to help you. I've sent the email. Excellent. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Ooh, okay. Right, what do we got? Let's have a read. Cap height descenders and ascenders can sometimes be very annoying. As we've seen, they can be very annoying. They sometimes get in the way. Yep. And the best thing to do is take advantage of them. Intended to use my name because it's really the most genuine brand name for myself. Okay, so we're going with black and white, keep it neutral, cool. Simple shapes and clean typography. Honoring the basics. The open square lets typography breathe and conveys the idea of being open-minded. Nice. Okay, right, let's whip this up. Copy image. So this is what Raquel has just sent me. No, not that. That's a link to the masterclass. Wah, wah, wah. Copy image. Yeah, I mean, Moosh, I'm having some tech problems today. My copy and paste isn't working for some reason. I've tried restarting and it is driving me absolutely bonkers. So yeah, speaking of tech issues, that wasn't me just deliberately pasting the masterclass in again. It is absolutely, it's driving me insane. There it is, right. Sorry, Raquel. There we go. Okay. So this is Raquel's one. We'll pop this up here. Nice. I like that. So we're going to go for something basic. We're going to kind of keep it clean and simple. We'll go with black and white. Cool. And we want to let the typography breathe and convey the idea of being open-minded. Okay, I like that. Open-minded. That is very good in and of itself. No star. So the 12-month payment plan for my course, it's not a subscription per se. It's like spreading the cost of the course over 12 months. So like, you know, I know paying the full amount in one go might not be ideal for some people. So it's just spreading that cost over 12 months to make it like a smaller monthly payment, which just hopefully makes it a little bit easier. Variable width or tapered would pull the iron, says Scott. Do you mean tapering off these points here? This new camera angle is a lot better. Excellent. Speedy Blaze 26. Hello. Yeah, I've tried using the menu command, Scott. It's been a bit funny today. Even just copying and pasting in emails and stuff has not been working. It's driving me nuts. It's one of those things that never, ever, ever happens, and then it will decide to happen right when I've got to send stuff off, and it's like, great, thanks, computer. Okay, I'm going to pull this version out here and try and sort of, I don't know, maybe riff a little bit on what Raquel's done here with the box. So we could maybe take this version we could do something. Ooh, I've got an idea which might look kind of cool. Let's make a box instead. We'll line it up to the R and the L. And we're gonna move that up. This font's fine, but it's not as flat as I'd like. I'm not loving these curves, so I need a font that's flat. There is a really nice serif font, and I always forget what it's bloody called for some reason. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of these weird curvy serifs. I like my the curves on my serifs to be predictable, flat, clean, sharp. That's just a me thing. What I'm going to do here is we'll use the old white box trick. White box trick. And let's bring Raquel to the front. And then I can just select that white box. Try and select the white box anyway, and then move it around. There we go. Yeah, so we could do something like that maybe. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Maybe? It feels a little bit strange having one word in a box and not another word. Maybe if it was smaller, maybe that's what it needs, just to kind of be less prominent, perhaps. Something like this. Has anyone seen the new Fallout show, by the way? Hey, Hutton, how you doing? Are you liking the new desk setup? Yes, I am. It's stood up. It's great. It's so much fun and much more comfortable being able to stand up and just chat and stream and everything, really. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I suppose I could actually bring that up even higher and sort of go against that negative space a little bit. Don't know. Not sure. Or I could shorten the descender on the queue, which might be preferable, and I can nudge it up a little bit. That could be kind of cool. And it would definitely be easier to do this without using a sans serif font. Sorry, without using a serif font. Poppins. That sounds familiar. Yeah, I definitely I came across a really nice serif font that I loved the other day, and I can't remember what it was called. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good as a serif. We'll keep that. We'll keep that in the old back pocket. Ooh, that nestles quite nicely together as well. Okay. We could do something with that. Something's really simple. Actually, there's a really simple thing we could do there. Have you got a favorite color, Raquel? No, I want to though. Is it good? It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I've played like Fallout 3 and 4, and I love the Fallout games. And as a TV adaptation of a game, it is absolutely freaking brilliant. She knows of the games and she's seen them, but she doesn't know all the lore and what a Pip Boy is and all the vaults and everything. She didn't know that going in. She thought it was brilliant. And my mum's husband, Steve, he watched Fallout recently, like last week or something. He doesn't know anything about the games and he thought it was brilliant as well. So green, excellent. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. I'm just sad that it's over. But they have confirmed season 2, which is nice. Tasty indeed. There we go. It's a really, really cheeky, quick win there. Do you know what I mean? Like, as far as the logo goes, that would sit quite happily in a website header and it would look just fine. You could have it on one line. So we've got plenty of flex there. Let's copy that. So as far as that goes, you know, we could flex that. We could go down. Okay, how would we do like a favicon or an app icon? We just do that. Boom. There we go. Quick and day, but more than usable. I got a thing about colored full stops as well. I don't know what it is. I genuinely am always drawn to these. Big bold sans serif font with a nice colored full stop. It's just so simple. Skillshare logo, yeah. So many logos are just so simple. Hey Zach, hello Dansky, glad to see you back. We are back. We are getting back into the groove. Never go wrong with Poppins. Yeah, we're getting back into the groove. We're catching up with all the work. The studio's moved. We've just got to clear out the old studio now, and that is the last hurdle. That does look really irritatingly smart, actually, but I can't settle on that because it just feels too easy. It's like, come on, we've got to put more effort in than that. All right, what was that nice sans serif? No, serif typeface. I can't remember. Hello. Tom Brandon Hill. Poppy, I loved it. Yeah. They say all the games are connected to the show. It's brilliant. It's so well done. Sometimes movies and those sorts of adaptations going to games and that can be a bit rubbish. And like they perfectly encapsulated Fallout, and it's like it's really well explained for someone who isn't a fan. You can very easily follow the it's on Prime, Moosh, and you can very easily follow it if you've never played the games. But if you have played the game, like I didn't know about, I'm not going to spoil it. I got to be careful I don't spoil anything. But there's a lot of stuff to do with the vaults and vault tech that I learned in the show that I was like, that's brilliant. Who wrote this? But I never really got that in the games. Just because I ran around the wasteland, just kind of, you know, killing, looting, building bases and having fun. I didn't really pay much attention to anything beyond that. But there's actually like all sorts of corporate skullduggery going on, and it's just brilliant. The characters are brilliant. Oh, honestly, if you love the games, I would be very, very surprised if you didn't enjoy it. So there you go, Michelle. You got 8 episodes ahead of you. I'd love to see how you find it. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's really, really good. We can put the dot between the words. Yeah, we could do that as well. I mean, there's so much we could do with this. As simple as it is. We could play around with blocks of color. We could put the dot between. Yeah, we could do that. We could change colors of words. Plonk. No, maybe that's a bit dot-tastic there. I mean, what you could even do with this version is artificially reduce the height of this L to match that one, just so it kind of sits flush. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, loads of different versions. Weekend binge time. Ah, we got to wait for season 2. We might watch it again. Actually, we might watch it again. When do you reckon, Pop? Should we watch it again? What are we designing here? We're doing Raquel Leitaum, a very quick and impromptu logo. Okay, I think that's an easy win there, but there's a lot of things we could do with that. I'll email this file back to you, Raquel, afterwards if you want, and then you can have a play or whatever. I'm going to explore these a bit more because there's just a little bit more challenge in here, and there's a bit more than this feels a bit cheeky. And I really like this idea. This is really kind of pulled me in, I guess you could say, but I need to find that damn serif font that I love. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I know, yeah. Sometimes the solutions do come quite quickly and they are quite simple. We don't always need to overcomplicate it and have the most beautifully intricate design logo. But because we're doing this live on a stream, I would like to try and make it a bit more interesting for you and for me as well. Yeah, me and Poppy love a good thriller. So if anyone has any good thriller movie recommendations, thriller verging on horror, you know, edge of your seat, who done it, what's going to happen next, kind of thing. We love all that. That's an interesting one. What is that? Bavro. Where on earth did I get that from? I'll keep it just in case. No idea where that came from, but whatever. All right, let's carry on. Should probably try Baskerville as well. That's Bodoni? No, I don't think so. When I find the name of this font, I'm going to have to write it down. Ah, right, something like this could be quite good. So you see here, the serifs are actually just like slabs. That could lead in quite nicely with the divider, because I could make the divider the same width. Oh yeah, that could be kind of cool actually. Any other variations? What's that? Bodoni XT. Feels very... Oh, that feels way too tight though. What is going on with that kerning between the Q and the U? It's just... Bleh. That's a shame. I like that for the bottom word, but the Q and the U is a problem. Unfortunately. I mean, maybe I could bump up the tracking a little. No. It is not the right one. Close, but no cigar, as they say. Let's keep going. I'm terrible at matching fonts for designs. Do you mean font pairing, Twisted Metal? I don't know if it will help, but there is a section in my latest video on the channel. It's about logo design tips. There's 7 of them, and number 2 is about font pairing. So I start with like a bad example, and then I show how you can pick different fonts that match the logo mark based on the characteristics of it. So that might be worth a watch. Not that I'm trying to plug my own YouTube videos, but it might help. I love slabs. I love slabs too, I do. Let's see if I don't use a slab font very often. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Let's see if we can find what was that one actually, before I charge ahead. The font was called Brown. Okay, excellent. Oh, what's a good slab font? Oh, that's nice. Does that not look smart? I know there's one Rockwell that I've used before, but I don't know if it has the class. Oh no, not Rocket. Oops. I don't know if Rockwell's got the class that I'm looking for. Like, it's very, very squared off and slabtastic, but it's not got the elegance of a serif. And I kind of want to retain some of that. So, elegant serifs. With slabs. It's a very specific type of font that I'm looking for. Yeah, that's interesting. What's that? Covington Cond. Not gonna rule it out. This is what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just kind of anything that I come across that I like, I'm kind of just sort of putting a pin in it, making a copy, and then carrying on with this seemingly endless search. Oh, that's got quite a nice queue on it. Serif font, where are you? Droid serif. Do you have any different weights? Maybe. Yeah, that could be one. All right. That's probably the best one I found so far. My biggest problem is to choose. Well, that's the thing. You don't have to choose, Raquel. You can have the file at the end, and you can. I mean, if you want to use it, then yes, you will have the problem of choosing one of one of these many logo designs. That will be your burden to bear, unfortunately. So sorry about that. But it's got a funny R, isn't it? Filson Pro. Oh, come on. There's got to be a tasty serif font somewhere. What's that? French. That's quite cool. I'm sure you've seen Glass Split, Unbreakable. We've seen Glass and Split. Unbreakable was quite a while ago, I think, wasn't it? It's much older. We've not seen Unbreakable, but Split and then Glass, we absolutely love. We absolutely love those films. Best edge of your seat. Who done it? Show that I've watched is Lupin. Oh, what's that about? I don't think I've even heard of that. I finished my graphic design course in January, and I want a logo. And I made so many versions that I got all confused. Oh yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Raquel. Like, designing, at least for me personally, designing for myself is it's not all rosy in the rose garden. Like, I mean, that's not a saying, but I find it much harder than designing for someone else. For some reason, yeah, I do find it a lot harder. I kind of obsess over things, and then you'll design something, and then you second guess it. That is nice. Genesis Sans, that is an absolutely banging font. I will keep that, even though it's not the serif.
Whoa!
You right over there? You okay? Oh no. Have you peeked? Have you peeked? I think he's peeked. Ooh, maybe. I think I thought I was gonna like that a bit more than I did. Ooh, we're getting very into the bewitched forest now with this one. Interesting. Oh, I don't know about that, actually. No, it doesn't feel appropriate. I think it's cool, but it doesn't feel appropriate. I feel like if you were going to brand yourself as some form of like witch or alchemist, maybe this is. It reminds me of kind of like trees and branches all kind of twisting and weaving into each other, especially the E and the A. But yeah, maybe not. I think you said you've done a design course, not a course in alchemy. Yeah, Unbreakable was first. We haven't seen Unbreakable. I've not seen Unbreakable. It's horrible. Which one's horrible, Raquel? This one. This is Glassstone. Let's keep going. We're up to G. And for anyone who, if you want to know where I get most of my fonts from, there's a link in the stream description to Envato Elements. Honestly, just check out Envato Elements, and they have so many fonts on there. They have so many fonts, it's ridiculous. What about that one? That's Slabtastic. It's different. I kind of like that. It's very thin. Can I chunk it up a bit? Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, all those weights. All those weights. Oh my god, that's insane. That is a lot of weights. I don't think I've ever seen a font with so many weights. So we've got 10, 12. Okay. Who am I going to go with? I feel spoilt for choice now. So I'm guessing these are slightly different styles. I might go with a 20 semi-bold. I do quite like the italic. That's kind of cool. That's very nice. So many weights, it's heaven. I know, I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. At best, I was expecting a bunch of different weights, but not multiple fonts packaged up in one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and match the characteristics, and I'm going to try and match the weight, but what am I matching to? This is thin, that's thicker. Yeah, because obviously this word here is smaller. We might have to go to the bigger one. And this is where, this is something else that I covered in my latest YouTube video. When you're designing logos, you've got to check sizing and stuff. Because if I make it too thin to kind of match these thinner serifs, and then I shrink it down to like, you know, website size, it might be way too small. You could even try and get the Q, the sort of tail coming off the Q could connect, maybe. It might be a bit overkill and totally unnecessary. But equally, it might look kind of cool. You're centered as well. Okay, center that. Shrinky dinky doo. And then I'd probably rotate that. I'd actually custom rotate that so it's not kind of arcing up. I'd have it so it's level. Yeah, it's all right, I think. Maybe it's just the spacing. Something feels off. And I don't know what it is. Oh, it needs to be thinner. That's it. I knew there was something I wasn't liking. Okay. I got a bit carried away. 20 was too chunky. We'll go with 18, maybe light. And then I could maybe bring the slabs. Oh, the divider in line with the slabs a bit more. Yeah, that's better. They kind of feel a little bit more like kind of similar in terms of weight as well. Let's get that. lined up. That does look quite smart, actually. I like the queue as well. It's like an odd, it's a much more odd, unique style of queue. And the way it kind of drops down, it kind of, you know, creates that gap for the divider. Yeah, it's interesting. I couldn't tell you if it's the one. I think I'd keep going for sure. It's definitely better than that one though. Oh, Twisted Metal. Just finished watching Fallout. That was crazy good. Now watching Twisted Metal. My name for years on YouTube. Well, you got to watch it, really, haven't you? Yeah, Leo's losing it. Totally agreed, Han. I do design jobs for years, and I still struggle with my own brand. Yeah, it is. It's tough designing for yourself as a designer. Hmm. My paint fumes are getting to my head. Paint fumes? Oh, right, you're painting. I was thinking, what have you started doing? Have you started decorating the house or something? What's this font called? Loving it. Oh, okay. This is High Matte Didone. Oh, why does that sound familiar? Not sure. That might be an Envato Elements font. Let me have a look. I feel like I downloaded that recently for something. Is it yeah, I definitely downloaded that recently. Didone. Let's have a look. Google it. Oh no, it's an Adobe font. Oh yeah. Wow. So okay, yeah, this is part of Adobe Fonts. So if anyone wants to have a go and grab this font, there is a link to it. Yeah, the Q, it does have a great style. It's interesting as well. It's a capital Q, but it kind of droops low like a lowercase Q. And you got the weights as well. So you have weights, you've got italics, stuff you can play around with. Yeah, let's go. We don't want to spend forever doing this. Let's just you know, I would like to have some dinner tonight, and I've got another son that I need to look at for a few minutes. So parental obligations check. Let's move this one forward. So what I'm going to do now is convert that to outlines. Command or Control Shift and O. And I'm also going to rotate this as well. There's a squiggle. There we go. And let's rotate by, I'll try -30. Nope. I cannot type. I'll do it freehand. There we go, that's fine. Actually, I might move it closer. There we go. It's tricky. I don't want it to be too close to the divider. Yeah, that's probably the only bit I don't like about it is this the squiggle above the A. I don't know what the squiggle's called, by the way. I'm off for the day. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, cheers, Hutton. Catch you in the next one. Just remove it. So what I would do in this situation is you could customize this, or we could actually go and find that same character in a different font. and it might have a nicer one. I'm the same with apostrophes. I can be a bit funny with apostrophes sometimes. So we can very, very easily scrub through and try and find... Oh goodness, what's happening? Yeah, we'll try and find another one. Oh, my Illustrator is being funny now. Come on. It's getting stuck tabbing through fonts. Yeah, it's deciding to be a bit silly. Normally I could just press down, but for some reason now it doesn't want to play ball. Let's not worry about that too much, though. I can sit and find another what's a Madudar at any time. Okay. Gonna go with black and white. Let's go with a nice classy grey. Light grey. I know you said you prefer the sans serif, Raquel, but we've already done that up there. So there's that version up there. I just kind of want to explore something a little bit more elegant for this one. Yeah, I think that works. Could even nudge that up a bit, maybe. I was just thinking about putting the box around the edge. We probably need an uppercase there as well then. So, where have you gone? There we go. I feel like Illustrator's being a bit funny now. Keyboard shortcuts are going a bit wonky. Unless I've gone a bit wonky, which is entirely possible. Ooh, that's an interesting cue. I don't know about both of them being like that. I don't think it works as well, having them both uppercase. You like that one? Yeah, I'm not sure on the cue. I think I like it. I don't dislike it. Maybe it's because all of this is caps. And I think I just prefer this one a little bit. Not this one, sorry, the one up here. I don't know why Illustrator's stuck. Thanks for the fonts, Dan. It helps a lot. Do you have a pack of fonts that you recommend for designs like the typography kit from Chris Doe? No, I don't have the equivalent of that, unfortunately. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could put something together like that. There's definitely a bunch of fonts that I do end up gravitating towards more, but, but I often forget what they're called. Oh, I love this one. What is that? Genesis Sans Head. Yeah, I just don't like the way the R and the A connect. I mean, I suppose I could. You can do that. You can bump up the tracking as a way to kind of negate that. Yeah, I suppose you could do something like that. It does kind of... Yeah, there isn't too much of that negative space there. That doesn't look too bad, actually. I know it's simple, but we got a light version as well. Oh, do you know what, Raquel? I think I'm going off the serif. I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear. I think there is potential with that serif idea to be experimented with further, but I am really liking this one at the moment. I saw that earlier and was like, oof, that looks nice. And obviously kind of pushing them a little bit further apart alleviates that spacing issue. If only you did a course in magnifying glasses or something, this would be perfect. We could easily select that there and highlight that with a green. It would be an absolute win. But no, you had to go and study design, didn't you? Again, same about that. I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe. I'd probably nudge it up a bit. It's just a bit too tight. And then, yeah, you could keep it like that. You could taper it off. I think I prefer it to the other one. It's just a bit too close to the A. Another great cue. Yeah, we're banging out the cues today, aren't we? We've had quite a lot of luck. Yeah, I do like that. I gotta be honest. Okay. It just looks so clean. It just looks really clean. And it works on one line, on two lines. Sorry, Seraph, you've been demoted. Get over there. Get over there with the other rejected typefaces. Okay, right, what are we doing? What was I about to do then? Yeah, so if we set that back to 0, that's kind of how it looks. I don't know. What do you guys think on the RA? Is it a problem that those two characters connect? I think it's because this part of the R is just sticking out a lot more than R would. So if I go and do this on, like, another font, like one I mentioned earlier, I quite like Satoshi. You see what I mean? It's not as steep. Or no, it's steeper, sorry. It's less of a gradual decline. And that angle is not as great as that, so it doesn't crash with the A. It kind of bugs me a little bit when all the letters are disconnected, but these two at the end are touching each other. What's your suggestion on how to prepare a detailed color logo to be engraved on a gold metal? Illustrator doesn't have a color overlay. I would probably talk to personally, I would talk to the printer that's going to be doing the engraving. I would definitely talk to them. It depends if you're trying to simulate that. Yeah, how would you correct? How would you correct the connection? Would you just? I mean, you could just adjust the R, I suppose, but then it wouldn't occupy the same space. I'll try it. Yeah, I would ask your printer because you could. It depends if you're trying to mock up an engraved gold metal effect, or if you want to actually engrave it and you're trying to prepare it for engraving. Okay, let's give this a go. Oh, that could work, actually. Maybe I'm just causing a whole lot of drama over nothing. Another little trick for getting your kerning right as well is zooming out loads. You zoom out loads, for some reason it makes it optically easier to kind of align stuff. Same for alignment as well. Yeah, I quite like that as well. All nestled together. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Let's try another version. Oh, no. No! The till. Right. Could we delete the till? Oh, that's a shame. That's a darn shame, that is, because we then could have angled the Q to kind of sit like that with the A, and that would be absolutely banging. Could we change your name, Raquel, please? Yeah, so you see what I mean? It kind of, you get this negative space. So maybe not stacked. Yes, delete it. I don't mind. Can we do that? Okay. Is that okay? I thought I'd just get permission before we just go and alter your name. Yeah, so I kind of want to imagine that this line here is going to continue, and I want that to meet that. Boom, there we go. Oh, actually, that looks kind of cool. Maybe. Let's do a few versions. Yeah, so let's extend that in outline mode. Makes it easier to snap then. Can't use the Q thingy to make the till. Oh, we could do. I don't know if it would still be identifiable as that. So how would I do that? I need to still give it a bit more space. Let's just make that into a stump and just very quickly see how we could do that. So I have to excuse my terrible drawing. Just try and imagine it's good. It's giving me tadpole vibes. If the font is thick enough and the letters close enough, you could try to make the till in some negative space. Negative space. Maybe. Just trying to visually imagine how that would work. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely something there. There is definitely a solution lurking. I do quite like that being flat, actually. So it could even change that on the main one. I do love that up there, though. That is pretty cool. What is the brand for? This is for Raquel. She's in the chat. You used a font with Q had like a till. Yeah, what was that font though? It looks like a espermatozoid. I've got no idea what that is. No idea how that would work. You're the professional. I thought you'd like imagined how it would work, Kai. You just like saying things and then you'll figure it out, Dan. You figure it out. Nice. That's funny. I mean, something else I could do actually is even just shorten this just to give it a bit more space. Try not to make it look too stumpy. Here's a nifty trick. Watch this. I'll just move one. Oops, no. We'll move one. Rather than move them together, I can just select the other one and go transform again, and it'll nudge it up the same. Sometimes when you move two anchor points together, it'll knock them out of line. I mean, that does look nice. The only thing we're missing is the old green dot. I gotta be honest, I do quite like this. I like it more than the other one. That one that was like a lazy version. This is like a more refined, intentional version. And I do quite like it, I gotta be honest. Oh, spacing's off there. Nudge you a bit closer. Oof. Is Leo still there? Never heard him be this quiet for this long. Leo, are you still here? Hang on, I gotta take a picture of him. Hang on. Take a picture of that. Espermatozoid equals sperm. Wow. Well, I did not know that. Is that another word for it, or is that like a Portuguese word for it? I feel like I've learned something today. I wonder what you two are laughing about. Okay, right. Yeah, it's a refined one. I like it. Yeah, but it's funny though, isn't it? It's the proper Portuguese word. Right. Okay, great. I learned what sperm in Portuguese is today. Yes. I'm not sure when I'm gonna when I'm gonna use that. Maybe a trip to Portugal. That'll be interesting. Maybe I'll start with just hello, thank you, and goodbye. We'll start there. Yeah, but it's funny, isn't it? How that was actually quite early on, and you could see the potential there, but it was like it felt a bit easy. And then we went off on this little wild goose chase, playing around with serifs. And funnily enough, we've kind of arrived back at a similar version of that original idea, but it's much more refined. I think this looks good. Like, it's just I know it's like not as intricate as some of the designs that we do in the streams, but it doesn't always need to be. Yeah. And this could work quite nicely as well. We've got that version there. It would work black on white as well. Bit of spacing in there. Oh, not too much spacing. Yeah, and it looks nice, sort of quite condensed together. Or you've got the versions up here, or the versions here as well, where you kind of had the tracking a bit larger. There's so many different things you can do with this. But if I had to settle on one that I was going to use, it would be this one. This would be the one that I use. So we got a nice long treatment, which is great. What was the other treatment? Little R on a dot. There we go. So I don't know, maybe you have something or an app icon or something. Let's just throw a box in there. looks like a Scrabble piece, but there we go. Yeah, that zoom out trick is so handy. So there's that version there, and there's a kind of non-app version. That could be like a favicon on the website, or a very, very small, even mobile representation. If you've got a mobile site and you don't want to squeeze the full name in there, then you've got the R. Yeah, I like this. It's quite a nice little kind of collection, and it works. It flexes, it works black on white, single color print. It looks cool. You could even play around with it, Raquel, and you could add more colors. So if you wanted to have a bit more of a palette, you could very easily just add a few more of these, space them out, and then you could give yourself some more colors to work with. So that's a terrible color choice, Dan. Jeez, dude, what are you smoking?
Crack.
Yeah, smoking something. That was awful. Yeah, so if you wanted to have something that visually you could kind of do a bit more with, there's loads you could do, really. You could pop that in there. Yeah. Anyway, let's not get too carried away, eh? Yeah, I like that. That would be my kind of main primary version of the logo. I like that. Oh yeah, the transform again tip. That's a nifty one. Yeah, you can transform again on. Well, I used it on shapes for years. You can use it to like repeat things, but you can also use it to repeat individual anchor point movements as well. So like dragging with Alt or Option and Shift, and then pressing Command or Control D is great for repeating things. Copy, paste, rotate holding Shift, and you can create grids and things. Very quickly and easily. Okay, right. Hopefully I've just changed. Have I changed the camera? No, that's not. Is that changing the camera? Is it still connected? Yeah, there we go. It is still working. Oh, goodness me. Right. Yeah, okay. We're going to leave it there with that logo. Does anyone have any other questions before I shoot off? Because I need to go and see my other child, and I'm guessing you're hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry as well.
We don't have to go to the shop, do we?
We do. We've got to go to the shop, pick up potatoes, chicken mayo.
Hey, hold on, which shop is that?
Garage. Yeah. Oh yeah, we ain't going around those supermarkets. Ain't got time for that. Nobody got time for that. It's great. Oh, excellent. I'm very happy that you like it, Raquel. It's all yours. I'll fire the Illustrator file back to you after the stream, and you can do with it what you will. There you go. We've saved you the trouble of designing it for yourself, which, as we discussed, is an absolute nightmare. Yeah, it's a nifty one. Nifty trick. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Michelle. I've had fun as well. It's good. I've missed doing this. It's been a good appetite to you and all yours. Oh, hey, team effort. It's team effort. It's always a team effort on these streams. Yeah, good fun as well. I missed doing this. We will definitely get back to doing regular ones and the design reviews and all that kind of stuff. I'll do one cheeky little segue before we go, because I'm sure you've all got plenty of things to be doing besides listening to me ramble on. Ha! So this is a link to my full Adobe Illustrator Masterclass, and it will teach you everything I know about Illustrator. So if you want to segue, so if you want to learn Illustrator from me, this is a full course. It's not just a course though. Like, you get access to the private community, but also directly to me. So if you ever get stuck and you're just thinking, like I wish I had someone who I could ask a question to, I'll be that guy. Like that's basically what it is. So it's kind of making myself available to support people through learning Illustrator. But like I said earlier, design, Photoshop. And so if you ever have any questions, basically I'll be there to help you. So you're trying to train us like Pavlov's dog with that bell. We're going to be going about our day and think about your course anytime we hear a bell. It's a good idea. It's a good idea, Kai. It's a good idea. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, it's like some sort of psychological manipulation. You hear the bell and it's just Masterclass, Masterclass, Masterclass. Woof, yeah, indeed.
What?
We will definitely do it again soon, Kai, for sure. Yeah, anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that is a link to the full course. So if you want to check it out, there is 22% off until the end of April. And then you can also use the 15% off discount code anyway that was up before. So like double spring offer discount. So hugs and good tots from Romania. Thanks, Dan. Can I also write you on your email from time to time? Yeah, sure. Go for it. So yeah, that's the course. That was the stream. That was the logo. I've had a great time. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. And we'll definitely be back for more. What day is it today? Friday. It is Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Had to think what it was then. Yes. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. See you later.